Can you guys see me? I need Mike to join me again. Sorry about that. Like I mentioned, the gram is crazy. There we go. Some people joining again. So I don't know what happened. It paused, but thanks everybody for joining us again. Okay. My boy Mike Morrow is going to join us very shortly. Thanks for everybody for reconnecting. You know, the gram is funny like that, but it's okay. We're bouncing right back. So as I was saying, and Mike will join us again very shortly, but understanding at the end of the day that it takes work. So extending beyond the honeymoon phase and actually having bliss beyond that actually takes work. And if you are in a relationship, if you're dating someone, you've been dating for a long time, if you're married, if you're engaged, it doesn't matter what stage you are really. At the end of the day, what you really need to do is focus on the fact that it's going to take work. I see my producer, my off-site producer is making sure I'm on point. Yes. So Mike should join us very shortly. But again, work. Not something that we like to hear when it comes to talking about a relationship. But the fantasy is that you notice something about someone, you know, you're drawn to that person, you guys are together, and it's just supposed to work. But no, not it. It isn't supposed to work. You are supposed to work. And by working, I'm just saying staying true to, you know, what you know you need to do to not only engage that person, but to keep that person in a good space, learning their love language, demonstrating your knowledge of their love language, and a bunch of other things, again, to make sure that you are functioning as a participating partner. I'm going to say that again, a participating partner. We have partnerships, but a lot of times you have partnerships where you have some silent partners involved. This is not one of those partnerships you want to have. In this relationship, the relationship that you're having, you need to be a participating partner. And in your relationship, you also need to make sure that in your relationship, you need to make sure that what it means to participate in that partnership, you know, with your significant other. So it takes work. Getting beyond, thanks for joining us again, tomorrow. But I just wanted to continue that answer. Sorry, we got bumped off for some reason or another. But it's about work, not about it automatically working because you and this person are together now. You know, that's just the beginning of the journey. So I'm glad you brought that up. So Jam Down, I see you asked a question, and that is, as a male entrepreneur, what are the top 3 traits you're looking for in your woman? You heard that, Mike Morrow? As a male entrepreneur, what are the top 3 traits or characteristics you're looking for in a woman? Run them down.
Is that for me or for you?
No, that's for you. I'll
top
answer afterwards, but go ahead.
As an entrepreneur,
top 3 traits.
I don't know if it's hard because I'm like, there are some traits specific to being self-employed, and then there are some traits that are just universal. Can I get another? Sorry. So the first trait would be somebody that's, and I'm gonna give my cousin the credit for this term, a solutionary. I can't stand when someone calls me because, you know, the copy machine jammed at their job and they're like having a bad day, when I have to wake up every day and figure out how to make a living in my dream that supports my future family. Like, that's the weight of the world on my shoulders every morning. So when somebody calls me with like mailroom issues and they call a CEO, I'm not a CEO because I don't have a board. Don't call a president and talk about mailroom issues. I hate that. So a person that's solutions oriented. I think a person that equally has their own thing going on and is like actually interested in your business. It's like, for example, I've dated people that I just am not interested in what they do for a living, and I can respect that they're not interested in what I do, but I can't fake it. Like if you work at UPS, I'm not gonna be like, what, new boxes? Like I don't, I need them to truly be interested in what I'm doing. And then I think
no shade against UPS, but you get what he's.
No shit.
You guys are picking up what he's putting down.
By the way, everybody, this is Darian. When you come to Trouble and Bass, ask for him, and he's the best bartender in the city. So I just want to get that out there. Darian.
All right.
But the third thing would be, I can't say it's specific to being an entrepreneur. I think it's it feels good. You know what it is? Because I'm in a social business, they're not jealous. Like they can see me operating in a room and just know where I'm going to end up. Like jealousy is like a no-go for me because I'm not a jealous dude, but I'm also not I'm not disrespectful. So like just don't be disrespectful. But yeah, jealousy, that's no jealousy.
Gotcha.
And if you get jealous, pull me aside, just talk in my ear. I'm a little jealous right now. I got you. I'll pull back.
That's a good point. Good communication, right? That's good communication. Being transparent, right? Okay. So for me, in terms of my top three, I would say number one is good communication. Just really good communication. Communication where it's not strategic. I think we get too strategic and, well, I don't want to say this because, or I think that if we got somebody that's brave enough to actually just communicate with you transparently without the extra hard work, obviously there are times it's easier said than done, but just great communication is really key for me. Number two, a person that can celebrate you. It's kind of like what you talk about in terms of, you work hard, but I'm not talking about when you do good. I'm talking about like like you said, when you're down and they're just like, look, you've come this far. They can kind of build you up. They can celebrate you in that moment and say, you know what, this is what it's about.
After you're done, I want to talk about that celebration. But go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, so someone that celebrates you in terms of they believe in you, they're right there with you. And it's not about, like I said, being some, your arm trophy or something when you're receiving an award or saying, I knew you could do it. No, I'm talking about, when you're tired, when it's that commitment moment to your craft and you just not feeling like the Superman that you are that day, someone that can get you in that space. So that celebration is what I'm talking about. The celebration of, we're in the process right now. And isn't it amazing that you're in the process and that person that can ignite you? So that's the second part. And then the third part is just someone that is what I would call I don't know, it's the best way to put it. This person is just open to whatever is coming through, not necessarily so prescribed or, okay, I have to be this way. You talked about it a little bit earlier in terms of, it's Wednesday and it's meatloaf day. So, well, how do we feel today? How do we feel today? What do we feel like doing different? Let's just be that. So someone that is flexible enough to take some risk based off of, just understanding that they're in a different season, and vice versa, understanding that as an entrepreneur, there are different times when I have different ideas and thoughts and passions, and it may not be the same thing every week, like this Wednesday with Wes, but it'll be something else. The fact that I come up with Wednesdays with Wes or something, or another invention or something else may just be just that, and understand that it's really, it's a very fragile space for entrepreneurs. You need to, when you're just now rubbing your ideas and your passion, your thoughts together, someone extinguishing it at that point can be a problem. So being flexible, not only with what I'm thinking about or different ways that I might want to make moves, but also they themselves, if they want to make some moves, and being open and courageous enough to say, well, what would it take to actually do that, as opposed to, oh no, I couldn't do that because, it's too late or it's not the right time. You get what I mean? You wanted to talk about celebration.
Well, you said something, the way you describe celebration what's the back? I see the background over there. Looks like a party.
Hey, I don't. Hold on, let me fix that. There you go.
No, I'm fucking with you. So I remember very specifically in the beginning of being an entrepreneur that I woke up one day. It was snowing. I had my laptop plugged into the wall, and I remember the laptop battery was so low, like it was so trash that I had to keep my laptop plugged into the wall. And then all of a sudden my laptop died, and I realized I didn't pay the freaking electric bill. I took my last dollars, walked to the bank, put it in the bank, I had negative 35 in the bank, paid the electric bill. You know, I came home, the electric came right back on, and at that point I just got on the computer and just went on monster.com and started looking up jobs. And my girl at the time called me and she was like, "What's up?" And I was like, "I'm done. This is a wrap. Like, I can't. Entrepreneur ain't for me. Like, this, I'm broke. Like,
Broke.
And she was like, "Yo, this, I never forget this." She was like, "Yo, you're not average Joe." And I was like, and this person said it like she believed it. And I was like, damn. Now, did we work out? No. A lot of shit was, but I'll never forget the conviction in this person's voice to tell me I wasn't average, and it made me believe it, and I went ham after that. And I truly believe that I probably would be working at Wells Fargo. Nothing wrong with Wells Fargo as like a teller right now if she hadn't told me that, because I was just like, I just need a job. I'm done with risk. So to your point, you know, there's a, you know, you said celebrate, but when you started going into that ability to have someone change your mindset and really have your back, it's crazy. And I probably wouldn't even be here if she hadn't told me that. So I appreciate that.
Well, shout out to the shorty who didn't make it.
Shout out to unnamed ex-girlfriend from 2009.
But she made it for you. So congratulations for that. And listen, we're coming to the close of this. It's already an hour later. And I just want to say to you, Mike Morrow, thanks for joining us. Please tell people how they can follow you for things that you're doing around the city.
Sure. So you can follow me. My Instagram is Michael, MICHAEL _ Morrow, like tomorrow, not Marrow, MORROW. I work in the hotel business now. One of my clients in Philadelphia is the Cambria Hotel, beautiful Cambria Hotel on 219 South Broad Street, and I operate the second floor bar area, which is treble and bass, which is where we are right now. Beautiful area, all new furniture, indoor, outdoor, and you know, other than that, every now and then I throw an event here or other places, but for the most part, I'm easy to reach and easy to talk to about almost anything. Secondly, Donovan, thank you very much for even thinking of me, man. You didn't have to do that. You've always been very kind to me. You know, I've run into Donovan out of the country. I've literally run into Donovan out of the country, and he showed me love like we were in Philly. So I appreciate that. You're the man for that. You show my family members love, Shujad love, and all that stuff. So I appreciate that. And please keep doing your thing, because you inspire, man. So thank you.
Thank you, good brother. I appreciate that very much. And we're looking forward to seeing you. Hopefully you can make it on Friday to the relationship script at Golf and Social. It's going to be off the chain. You know, a lot of people have been asking about you. So, hey, ladies, please, you know, I don't know if you got the it factor, but be sure Mike will be there in the building to hold it down, and we're going to have a great time. Golf and Social from 6:30 to 10. We have all our activities, free giveaways. I got bottles of wine and stuff like that. But by the way, maybe, Mike, you can bring me some product if you got something that you want to give to somebody personally for one of our activities or something to that effect. But remember, if you go ahead to my bio right now and get your tickets, we actually have a number of different activities that you can actually win. So, you know, I can't even tell you how many different giveaways I got. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you just a little bit. We got gift bags and all. I don't know if you guys can see it all. But we got gift
Damn.
bags and a whole bunch of stuff in here. You see the boxes and all that stuff, you know, from all the different products and everything. But it's going to be off the chain this Friday, the 23rd, Golf and Social.
I'll make you a bet. I'll come to Golf and Social. I go to DC tomorrow for a meeting. I'll come back, go to Golf and Social. If the next time you do an event, you do it here.
Done. Y'all heard it. The next relationship script that we do in Philly will be there at Cambria, and it's going to be off the chain. Treble and bass. So, well, Cambria is going to be the place where people are going to need rooms because we're going to shut it down. We're going to shut it down, Mike.
There you go.
We're just going to do that. I appreciate your love, man. And remember the discount codes, save 5 when you go on the bio. My team is telling me, yo, you need to do, okay, I got it. All right. So in the meantime, thank you. Thank everybody that joined us. Remember, every Wednesdays with Wes, where we talk about all things relationship. No question is a bad question. Someone asked about whether you should date another entrepreneur because you're an entrepreneur. The short answer to that is don't. Don't do it because a lot of ways it doesn't really mesh well. But in some ways, if you guys have some things in common, maybe you should consider. But really, the majority of the time, as one entrepreneur to another entrepreneur, if you're getting into that situation, often you guys you're going to miss each other a whole lot, unless you're probably building something together and you have the kind of relationship where you really can be around each other day in and day out. And I've seen some successful examples, but I would just say, as a rule of thumb, I wouldn't look for it. Just be open to somebody who has some of the characters, the traits that we talked about, and I think you'll be okay. We'll talk some more on Friday. Looking forward to seeing you guys. If you can't make it, then I'll see you next Wednesday with Wes. Peace.